Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, so now,
yeah,
all right.
very
so
good. Very good.
My daughter's saying hello.
Hello.
I'm glad I brought my, okay. Okay.
I am just closing out something, so I won't be
No,
distracted.
I don't see anybody in the attendee list yet.
Oh, we've got one more minute to finish this other work.
Okay, yeah, go.
God. It's been a day. Friday's going to be another one.
Hi, Kay.
Hey.
Hi, Art.
Think we'll be able to have a real meeting in real time, like face to face soon?
Yeah, well, I don't know what the city's rules are. Maybe Jill can inform us if the ban on in-person meetings is lapsing soon. Jill?
Yeah, so the memo that they sent out suggests that we're gonna continue to allow Zoom meetings until September 1st.
Mhm.
So the question I have out to the legal counsel is, does that mean we have to do Zoom meetings, or can we start to, let the boards decide amongst themselves? I think the bigger question, right, is if it needs to, the consistency question for access. So we have the ability to Zoom until September 1st. And so I'm waiting on the answer on, does that mean we have to Zoom? So stay tuned. And I'm expecting a memo to all the board chairs.
Okay. Thanks.
I
We'll
think
find
part
out.
of what we're waiting for is the state action by the governor
Laura.
and the legislature. So
Makes sense.
Hi, Laura. Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay. So I think we can get started. Let's see, Lucas. Okay. Laura.
So I've got a text from Katie saying that her link is invalid, and I just used the one from for the general public. But
Huh.
do we have another option? That doesn't work.
That's
did
strange.
she try coming in through the city website?
Mm,
having sushi. We're having sushi. Lucas, did she try coming in through the city website, the public link?
The one that you emailed out, or the one actually on the website?
On the website, because the
Yeah.
ones that are emailed, well, in theory, it should be the same, right? So each individual panelist gets a personalized link, and then the follow-up email has the public link. But
Yeah, that's what I sent out. I
Try
guess
the-
she's having some problems. I'll just text her and tell her to try the website. Is it pretty obvious where it is?
so yeah, so if you go to the homepage and then there's like 6 like buttons, and one says public notices, and then they'll list the meetings for tonight, and she'll pick this one, and then Shelley always puts it right in the
Great.
location. So it should be.
All right, see how we go. Thank you.
All right, I'll be here if there's another problem. I can send her something. If not, it'd be good to know if that doesn't work, then we do have a problem because the public can't get it.
Right.
I'm gonna have a friend test it too, so you guys can start. I will test that link too.
Great.
Okay, well, let me make the official start of the meeting now. The preliminaries there were being recorded while we got organized. Consistent with the governor's orders suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law and banning gatherings of more than 25 people, this meeting will be conducted by remote participation to the greatest extent possible. The public may not physically attend this meeting, but every effort will be made to allow the public to view and listen to the meeting in real time. In the event that a live transmission proves unworkable for any reason, an audio or video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive record of the meeting will be made available on the city's website as soon as possible. Okay, so first thing on the agenda is to review the agenda and make announcements. Does anybody have anything to add to the agenda?
No.
No,
No, okay. Announcements, I just wanted to note in the Gloucester Daily Times, there was an article about the new theater group on Cape Ann, the Lanes Coven. You recall that we did not award them any money out of this year's allotment, but they are proceeding anyway, which is terrific. And Lucas, I guess you know more about them than I do. I just read the article.
Yeah, I mean, I can say just very briefly that, you know, for better or worse, they are having some real struggles with their location. But I hope, you know, some good press will get them moving along. But I think that if we had decided to fund them, then it might not have happened. Just to say that.
you mean it might not have happened that they would have problems with location?
No, I mean, like their actual event might not have happened.
Yeah. Well, it was, as I recall, a pretty ambitious proposal for the Taming of the Shrew.
Very.
But they're doing a radio play, so hopefully that will work. Anyway, I mean, it'd be great to have more theater on Cape Ann. I think, you know, theater attracts theater goers, attracts theater goers, and it just, you know, becomes a known theater destination. So, okay, review and approve the minutes of the last meeting. Did anyone have any corrections to Kay's, as usual, brilliant minutes? No?
No.
Is there a motion to accept them?
Motion.
Yep.
I'll
Okay,
second.
motion by Shayla, second by Lucas.
Yep.
All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Thank you. We have Ryan Knowles is an attendee. Welcome, Ryan.
I think that
Ryan
might be
is our
Katie.
IT director.
I think Katie may be logged in on his computer.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
like, Ryan's here, so I do. I was like, we're not actually having a problem, Ryan. So that might be Katie.
Okay, so
Elizabeth, I did make you a co-host, so.
Okay, I'll allow Ryan Knowles, AKA Katie, to talk. And
Hi. It's Kate.
hello,
Oh, hey, Katie.
I'm good. Do you know how to rename yourself on this?
I don't, but I could ask Ryan.
I think
I
you
was
just
gonna
kind
say,
of click
guessing
your
Ryan
name.
does not.
I know. I'm pretty sure Ryan will.
I got so nervous that we did something wrong IT-wise. I'm
Okay,
glad it's
I
not that.
can do it actually, Katie.
Oh, okay.
Brinkman, right?
Yeah.
Oops, it went away. It's in the middle of doing it. Took too long. That should do it. There you are. Okay. I'll lower your hand. The power I have, it's amazing. Okay, now that everybody's here, we were going to vote on the minutes. All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, approved unanimously. Thank you. Okay, so, and we're supposed to review Katie's resume, which she sent in. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions? You've moved around and done a lot of interesting work.
Thank you.
Visually, it was a beautiful resume. It was
No.
fun to read. I saw the format and I was like, wow, that shows innovation.
Thank you.
Well, it
That
does
was one
say
of them, yeah.
visual artist right
Right.
under her name. So.
Yeah.
I know, but
Wow.
it's cool that they're like, I mean, even as a visual artist back in the day, they were always like, oh no, keep it really, you know, so it's nice that things are breaking open a little. It looked great.
Good. Good, good. So did you, when you were the store manager at the used paint bar, did you like dealing with customers?
I loved it. That's actually one of the things that I really miss about that. I'm so distracted by this picture of Ryan here instead of sorry, I looked at it, I'm like, ah.
Well, you can stop video and then it'll just show your name. And you won't have to look at him.
I think I have
actually.
to be raised as a panelist in order to start video.
I mean,
Oh.
I mean, stop, but let me try it for you if you want. It is distracting. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I can't.
I can make her a panelist. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a question as a
Yeah.
relatively new person. Is this paint bar, did it used to be in Gloucester or is it?
No, so I actually work. Oh,
Sorry, I moved her. She should now be a panelist.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh,
I
great.
can't see
There we
you.
go.
Can you-
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
So the paint bar that I worked in was in West Hartford, Connecticut, but there's several locations. They actually had, when I was working there, they had up to 29 locations, I believe. Since then, with COVID and everything, they've closed down a bunch. But regarding the previous question with customer service, I loved working with the customers. And I was just talking to someone the other day how I miss teaching, and I just loved the interaction with everybody. And it was like paint and sip. So we would have we had wine and beer, and then we had a little bit of food, and then I would be up on stage showing everyone how to do a simple painting, and it was just a fun time. So
I didn't know such things existed.
yeah, there's all sorts of them out there, but
Yeah.
We need one in Gloucester.
Yeah, Gloucester needs one of those.
They had one. They had one at the Cape Ann Brewery for a time, but
Oh, really?
yeah, but now that's kaput. So
Yeah.
we need another.
For sure. Okay, thanks. Any other questions? No?
Oh, it looked good. I thought it looked like a great resume.
Okay.
I mean, I know all about Katie, so I don't have any questions, but I think Katie's it's great, and just a real asset having a visual artist involved, another visual artist involved with our group too.
Sure.
An educator, I
Indeed,
think,
yeah.
I think that combination is important.
Good. So, Katie, are you clear on the process going forward? You'll need to submit a letter of interest to the mayor's office,
okay,
get things started with your resume.
okay.
And,
But I can do that.
okay, and, well, Lucas has been through it recently, so he
Yeah.
can walk you through it if you have any questions, okay?
Okay, that sounds good.
You'll have,
Here.
just as a warning, you'll have to appear in front of two city council meetings. You can do it virtually, but one is sort of to introduce yourself and another is when you're actually appointed. So they'll let you know when those dates are.
And you have to do an ethics test every 2 years, which I have to now go do another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There'll be
And-
things you have to read and be,
Yeah.
like the online testing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For all, I think we're considered special employees or some category like
Yeah.
that as appointed members of this council. So
Special and unpaid.
I was about to
special, we're so special.
We're so special. We're just.
Then no one
thanked.
gives us any money.
Okay. Okay, well, so, keep coming to our meetings and one day you'll be official, hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks.
Thanks for your interest.
Yeah,
Sure,
thanks, Katie.
yeah, it's great. So, any updates from our liaisons? There was the one from Manship.
Yes. Rebecca,
Mars.
Rebecca Reynolds sent me information. Let me see if I can, oh, I think I've lost it. But basically they're launching their event through the Manship residency. The week of June 20th to 26th is going to be lights out for lightning bugs. And then she did say in her email that there was some special event happening on June 24th. I didn't see details about that though. Did you, Lucas, on the flyer?
I didn't, I did some social media stuff, and I thought I thought that June 20th to the 24th was so interesting. Like, just turn your lights off so that the fireflies can meet. Like, what a great idea.
I know.
That's amazing.
I love fireflies, and I didn't know that that was even important to do for them.
And the other thing I didn't realize was Paul Manship's. He created like a preservation site on the grounds of his house, and through sort of local foliage and things, he was able to increase the actual population of fireflies. He had like a little sanctuary at his house. It was great.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
The first time I saw fireflies in a long time was here last summer, and I saw them on that pier where the UMass Research is at Hodgkins Cove.
Mhm.
In the bushes
Yep.
there. All summer I saw fireflies.
Wow.
Wow.
There's a little tip if you want to go see them.
All right.
I sometimes see them in my yard, but then it's very brief,
Yeah.
very
We saw them
short.
at Plum Cove Beach last year.
Oh, okay. So that's right down the street.
It's sort of in those valleys where it just stays warm, I think at night is what happens there, but yeah,
Yeah.
I love that idea.
Well, I would like to say, as the liaison to this project, how personally satisfying I feel it is to, have that kind of connection, I've really enjoyed my getting to know Rebecca and my back and forth with her. It really brought things and made it much more personal for me. I feel much more invested in the project now because, we have this connection. So it's just been an honor for me. I'm glad to be connected to them.
Great. I mean, that's the idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can speak to having been, we have the project I'm involved with has 2 more residencies. We had one back in April. And it's an incredible space to work in. I stayed there in April, and it's a very chatty house. Like, you just don't sleep. It's really wild, but it's a really cool place. And Rebecca's amazing. The work that she has done and how she came about doing that is phenomenal. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're connecting, and I'm glad this liaison thing is taking off because I think it's really wonderful.
And I'm glad we're advocating for the fireflies.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I don't mean
Yeah.
to sound hokey, but last summer when I saw them, it was very nostalgic for me and really connected me to my childhood and some memories I'd forgotten about. So,
Yeah. Well, like, people are learning to nurture monarchs and provide, the stopover feeding spaces for them. Maybe people will learn about the environment's fireflies leave, and it'll become a similar thing.
Maybe they should do a firefly festival.
Mhm. Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, I did a walkthrough over at Windhover for Gloucester Stage, the construction for their new season.
Yeah.
The transformation over it's phenomenal. It's just phenomenal. They did not have enough money to build an ADA compliant ramp to get to the seating for the stage, but they did build a staircase, an actual staircase with handrails where you won't take your life in your hands getting down to the seating area, and a new stage. And and they have a big container that is going to be the bar, an outdoor bar. So it's going to be fun, and they're dealing with mosquitoes already.
I have tickets opening night, Friday night. I'm very excited, and I'm hoping it will be cool and the mosquitoes will leave me alone.
And thunderstorms are not allowed during performance
Right.
hours.
Exactly.
That's like a given. So Plus,
I-
you know, all the stuff that Windhover themselves are going to be doing. It's going to be action-packed there this summer.
Isn't
Yeah.
it amazing to have cultural events to actually go to again?
I know.
No.
Yes.
I ran
So,
into Billy, I guess about a week and a half ago, who
Uh-huh.
runs the box office over at
Yes.
Boxing Cage, and he certainly extended to me, and I assume anybody else, if there's something you want to go to, like
Mhm.
just let him know, and he'll grab tickets over
mhm.
the summer. So
He's amazing as box
Mm-hmm.
office manager, and you know, he participates in some of the youth programming also, and he's wonderful asset.
yeah, oh yeah.
wonderful asset. So, anything else? Any other little updates from any of our?
I don't have too much. So I had, let's see, the Jada Prima thing is happening, and we've promoted it, and it sounds good. And the Sawyer Library just put something up on their Instagram. I haven't heard anything from Cape Ann Finns lately, but I think that's less of an event and more of a, you know, happening, ongoing. Heidi Wakeman's event happened, and then Tim Kaine, who was the Altogether drumming, is still sort of searching around for the right place and the right time. But hopefully, with what's happened the last couple of weeks, it'll be more spacious for him to find a venue.
Sounds good.
Oops, I'm sorry, go
Sorry.
ahead.
No, my people have just said thank you. Yes, reaching out, and they'll keep me posted as they're, figure out their exact venues, and so, well, I'll keep you posted.
Good.
And I wanted to make a pitch for the Cape Ann Museum's Culture Splashes that are happening every Thursday night in July.
Thank you. Those are actually funded. Sorry, this is Jill. For the 2 cultural districts that are in this community. So they're funded through Mass Cultural Council. So Harbor Town, which is downtown, and Rocky Neck, and Cape Ann Museum, and Miranda and Amanda have been amazing partners. So thank you. You go for it, because I was hoping someone would say that. I'm glad you go.
Yeah, no. So I see that they've created events on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, you can follow their events or sign up or say you're interested. But each week has a different theme and different featured performers and collaborations. And again, so exciting to have something happening on a Thursday evening for, I guess it's July and August.
So
Cool.
it's all every Thursday through July and August. And we're also providing free transportation on the Cata Trolley and the
Nice.
Harbor Tours water shuttle. So you can get from downtown to Rocky Neck for free via land or sea.
Nice.
Every Thursday. And Rocky Neck is putting together every Thursday we're featuring, we put into the budget from the grant stipends to feature an artist or artist, performer, crafter, what have you, at one in each district. So you'll see a variety of things popping up in Rocky Neck. I think Ocean Alliance will host something, Rocky Neck Arts Center, each one of the entities over there. And same downtown, I think you'll see things at Maritime Gloucester, Sargent House, Cape Ann Museum, the library. So it's really exciting, and hopefully the transportation piece helps make that connection. And I'll make sure you guys get a copy of the advertisement that's been created, so you guys can put it on your social too.
Yeah,
That would be
absolutely.
Really excited. Same Mass Cultural Council, so same funding sources. And thank you for bringing it up. I was hoping someone would say it, and yeah, it's going to be really exciting. We just had a meeting today. It's really the partners have really been Discover Gloucester, Cape Ann Museum, Maritime Gloucester, and Rocky Neck, our colony in the city.
And it's at
But we want everybody to join and everybody to participate. So
It's at a family-friendly time. It's from 4 to 8 p.m. on each of those evenings. So
Oh,
it's
great.
not gonna be loud and noisy and late.
Oh, too bad. I'm out.
Well, you'll continue the party.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I lost you. There you are. Okay, great. So for our 2021 programs, the grantee reception, after searching around, it looks like Magma is willing to host and is good for us.
Yep.
So we'll need to work on a budget for that. And pick a date is the tricky part. We had been talking about in the fall, maybe late September, early October. Is that what we just, I can't remember if we got that close to.
I think that's where
That
we
is what
were
we- yeah.
landing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, obviously like sooner the better for that, since things are opening up and things are booking up quickly.
Right, exactly. So, not that I have to be there, but I have a conference in Marina del Rey, California. And I'll be leaving on the 25th of September and not getting back until October 3rd.
I'm going to
So-
be away at those times too. I'm actually in a group show at Lions Museum in Arkansas. Long
Wow.
story. So I have to be down in Arkansas at that time.
Okay. Do
So-
we want to do it on the weekend, or would a weeknight evening possibly be better? There might be fewer conflicts.
Or maybe like in October weeknight.
October weeknight.
I'm thinking.
Columbus Day is the 11th. That's the only holiday.
Huh. Maybe we could do it Columbus Day weekend.
Is that a good time, or is that when people are busy getting their boats out of the water and closing
not-
up houses and all that
I'm
sort of-
out.
Yeah, and also our grantees might be away.
So
How about a Thursday evening, like the 7th or the 14th?
Okay. Lucas,
I'll
you want
try. I don't know where I'll be, but I think we still should do it, obviously. I don't have to be there.
yeah, why
Well-
don't I reach out to Sarah and I'll float some dates. So
sounds
we're
good.
thinking the 7th or the 14th, or I mean, are we thinking like a weeknight is maybe better than a weekend?
I think we're going to have a better turnout on a weeknight.
I do
Okay.
too.
All right, that's easy. I'll just, I'll give her some dates and we can talk, and then we have to plan a party.
And I think October is a wise choice, because the other thing that I have noticed is when you try to book something in the evening in September, you're often conflicting with back to school and open houses, and by October you're in the clear.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, good point.
All right. So we'll target an evening in October, and Lucas will check. Because obviously Magma has to be available then.
Right.
So, all right. So the ice sculpture exhibit competition, Rebecca is still interested in working on that. And she said she would like to work with Shayla. I don't know if she's been in touch with you, Shayla, about
Oh, I'll
it yet.
work with her on that. for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah,
Okay.
no
okay.
problem.
So, developing a budget, again, picking a date, and I think we were looking at after the first of the year. We didn't want to do it during the holiday season.
Right, right.
Yeah, I think we said like February, since there's
When we
nothing
all need,
on.
Yeah,
we all need a little something, something around then, so.
Right.
let me just check something. Valentine's Day falls on the 14th, but maybe could do it on Sunday, the 13th. And have it be a themed, I don't know, just a thought. I'll leave it to you two.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
talk to Rebecca. I'll reach out to her tomorrow and we'll start floating some ideas. Sorry.
Sure, we've heard that before.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So number 6, update on database, historical data art. Any news for us?
The problems I'm being stumped by are getting more interesting.
That's good. We want you to keep interested.
Yeah, well, the database, I think I've got that fairly well together. And getting access to the data inside, that seems to be pretty smooth. Now the trick is to put it together in a way that you can see what you want to see when you want to see it,
Mhm.
where the things are going kabooey, kabooey. But it's fun.
Okay. All right. So we're going to have a tutorial this fall on this and how to use it, right?
after I have verified it actually works and that it can work on both Macs and PCs as it claims.
As it claims. Okay.
I don't think that part's going to be difficult, but that's speaking from ignorance, not experience.
Okie dokie. Well, thanks again. Yeah, I just looked at, the Mass Culture website and it's just, how on earth are we going to look back and find out who we gave money to historically? It's just really difficult to try to do that. So.
I get this thing done properly. I'll have
Mhm.
versions, one for members of a cultural council and one for the general public, so they can go in and read whatever they want to read whenever they want to, but they won't change any.
Mhm.
You can do it just passively go through it. Not
Oh.
cause any harm. And that might alleviate some of the problems with the way the data gets stored at the state, city, wherever it is.
Okay, sounds good. I'd like to flip numbers 7 and 8 and talk about the council priorities first. Looking at I think I sent an email about scheduling this discussion because we need to have the announcement by September 1 of what our council priorities are, so that as applicants are looking at applying, they know early on before they start working on their application what our priorities are. So we don't have to decide that today, but I was also thinking, well, maybe we could not meet in July for a formal meeting and meet in August to focus on that. So let me just share screen. I believe yeah. So this is from the Mass Cultural Council website, our priorities as they're stated. Programs that have a direct link to Gloucester, that are accessible to diverse groups of people, innovative ways to bring science to the public. And actually the Firefly thing does that. Programs that build momentum and create vitality within the community. And then in addition to the state criteria, which is public benefit, non-discrimination, no substitution. The state criteria is public benefit, non-discrimination, no substitution, arts, humanities, interpretive sciences. Applications will be evaluated using the following review criteria: how well the program meets our local priorities, community support and involvement, evidence of track record, dedication of the applicant, ability to address the diverse cultural needs of the community's underserved populations or support diverse forms of cultural activities, financial need, and demonstrated planning and ability to execute the plan. So that's what we are currently using. And my question is, do we want to just go with that, or do we want to hit pause and say, let's think about it and really look at it and discuss it no later than a meeting in August to possibly make changes? So how are people feeling about that?
I mean, I would say that I think we relied pretty heavily on that criteria for looking at applications for this year, and I think that really served us a lot. And that's not to say that we can't change and improve on it, but I think it's if we do nothing, we have a great basis to start with. But maybe we take the month and think about it and brainstorm.
Yeah.
I agree. The only thing I could see missing from it is maybe a mention of racial equity or social justice. because we have science, we have underserved populations, you know.
Mhm. I think maybe that was code.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If you want to be more direct, put it more squarely on the table, we could change the language, certainly.
I think I think in this day and age where we're trying to elevate that conversation,
Mhm.
I think it might be important to, you know, maybe racial equity is not the right phrasing, but
Mhm.
I
I
agree
think
with
it's I think it's nice to state that we're an ally in direct language.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So, Laura, do you want to try to work up some language for that? Yes, you've been absent, so you get to.
I know,
you get
I
an
know.
assignment.
I would like to, but I have
Yeah.
to deal with my
Okay.
mother's estate.
Yeah, okay.
And that's an enormous
All consuming.
amount to deal
all
with. Yeah.
consuming. I didn't
So,
mean
I
to
mean, I'll-
drop it on you like that.
Oh, I understand.
I did.
And I completely agree that, you know, language is becoming less and less coded and more direct, and that's a good thing. So I'll keep it in the back of my head. If I have, you know, an aha or whatever, I will certainly share it.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to, I only have so much bandwidth a day to clean out my mom's stuff. So sometimes it's good to have something else to do to
It's true.
change my whatever.
I'm sorry you're going through that. I've been through it.
That's
Yeah.
And you know, I think we don't necessarily even have to recreate the wheel. I'm sure there's so many organizations out there. We can probably pull, you know, a sentence from some philanthropic organization that has the language we want and just use it.
You might want to look at or we might want to look at the Gloucester Stage website, because they have embarked on a
Yeah.
pretty significant, aggressive effort in this area, and that they have some powerful statements there. So you want to try that, Kay? You want to fiddle
Sure.
around? So, and if anybody has ideas for this language change, maybe send them to Kay and she can work up a proposal for us. That sound good?
Mhm.
Great.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. So confirm next meeting dates and likely agenda items. Is everybody agreeable that we'll meet in August and the number one agenda item will be like the council priorities?
Yep.
And then our
Yes.
2 projects, right?
Yep.
Okay. Does anyone think we need to meet in July, or can we take a month off from Zoom?
We
Yeah.
did, last year we took July off too. It's
Yeah.
just, you know.
Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm going to be sending out an email that is not council business, but each of you will get it about something else. So anything else?
I have one last thing, Elizabeth. It's
Yep.
Jill. I wanted to let you all know, if you haven't heard yet, with under the mayor's leadership, she and I have been working hard. And this year, so far so good, we have funded a part-time arts, culture, and events coordinator on my team.
Nice.
Which
Great.
is, I think, is a really big step.
Yeah.
I'm putting them on the economic development team because I think it's a really important part to start the discussion more beyond just, you know, cultural council beyond the arts and culture community, to really talk about the cultural economy as part of economic development. So I'm really excited about that. And stay tuned. I will share when we get to a job posting, I'll share, because I'm hopeful that you guys can help me find someone who might fit the position. So I'm very excited about it. And I'll share with you as I figure it out.
Cool.
That's really fantastic news. Really fantastic news.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
And has everybody seen the Golden Lobster mural in downtown?
I just saw it yesterday and it's amazing.
Isn't it
It's
so
great.
cool?
Yeah.
I gotta go check it out.
So
Yeah,
more-
I have to do a mural tour myself
Yeah.
because I've only seen a few in passing and
Yeah, such a good job. Yeah.
I've gotten
Yeah.
so busy lately. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Like all the stuff that got postponed is just so.
Yeah. Oh, I've got one like
enough.
one small little tiny thing that might interest somebody, but
Okay.
we're using as our logo and have been for I don't know how long, the Gloucester Harbor Town District emblem.
Mhm.
If anybody has an interest, and I'm fine to take this on, just to do a new logo that says Gloucester Culture Council, like send me an email, you want a bird on it, like we'll do it, something like that.
Mhm. Well, so the Rocky Neck Cultural District was formed, and then another cultural district was formed for downtown. And I heard a backstory about how it came to be called Harbor Town, which was not a wonderful story. I'm not going to repeat it. I don't know how accurate it is, but anyway.
I think I've probably heard the same, Elizabeth, but yes,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of
anyway.
love for that word. It's not,
There's
I don't
not
think
a
that
lot of
more
love
people-
for it.
Right.
So can we get that changed, Jill?
Yeah, so it's interesting. We just, when the Culture Splash group met today, they said, anyway, yes, there is definitely movement to have it changed. And Mass Cultural Council said downtown was too generic.
Mhm.
But Gloucester said Harbor Town isn't how we refer to ourselves, right?
right.
So in the meeting today, I was like, I'm not attached to either, and I wasn't because I wasn't here at the beginning. I'm happy to push through the process, and Melissa, Councilor Cox, and Cape Ann Museum and Maritime Gloucester are really trying to pick the pieces of the downtown cultural district back up. When I came on board, it had pretty much kind of crumbled. I got the redesignation and limped it along. So I think in that process, yes, we can change the name.
Right.
Because yeah, I just don't think people necessarily identify with it. But if you go, if I go to apply for a grant, that's how we're listed. So
Yeah.
so we're kind of stuck with it. But I think this Culture Splash is the first real kind of group effort, bringing some of these players back to the table. And so I think that with that, I think it'll carry through the off season, and that'll be a really good time to take on the name change.
Okay. Do you know we keep bumping up against each other, these different organizations, like who is in charge of proposing the new name or approving the new name?
So Mass Cultural Council, well, so it'll need to come from which doesn't exist at the moment, beyond me and this group that's kind of slowly limping it together. There is supposed to be a steering committee for the Harbor Town downtown. I've been calling
Right.
it downtown Harbor Town.
Yeah.
It is lovely, right?
Down Harbor Town. There you go.
Downtown Hobbiton.
I know, and when I started, the redesignation was already overdue, and I said I can't get mixed up in this name change. I just need to get the redesignation. So there is supposed to be a steering committee that will need to take that on first. We would definitely love to have a representative from this cultural council, because one of the things we've said all along is that the three entities, all funded by Mass Cultural Council, should be working together.
Right.
And so, yeah, I would start from that. And then I would think in our annual report this year, we would be able to formally propose it. But in everything I've written to Mass Cultural Council, I have called it Gloucester's Downtown Harbor Town Cultural District. So, and it was interesting today in the conversation, it came up that it's possible it was the harbor part of the word that reflected the culture piece, right, for the council. Maybe that's why. So we did discuss, should it be the Downtown Harbor Cultural District? So I would love to, as we get, I think right now, the two leading organizations and the city councilor who are helping put this together are consumed with this summer event, which we'd also love to have volunteers. So I'll send that out to you guys too. We're gonna need some we're calling ourselves splashers, to help, direct people as at the event, show people kind of where to go, just in case they're trying to get back to the other side of the island. So we will be needing some volunteers for that. And then I think once we get into the fall, we're going to try to get some legs under this cultural district. And so I'll reach out and see if somebody from this committee wants to help us with that. And like we have the downtown has so many great cultural partners. I don't know the history well, but I think it just kind of fell up. But when I was here, it just kind of didn't have any legs. So, but it's important to the downtown to keep it there. So the designation. So we'll get it back. We'll get it up and rolling, and we'll get the name changed.
Good.
And
Okay.
I'm happy to help, provided
Awesome.
one of the two of you tells me the story in private, then we're good.
Yeah, I want to hear the story.
That's
I
gonna
don't know
require
that
a
we can
break.
know about it.
Maybe.
Now we're all gonna want to hear it, but we have to wait till we're done with Zooming this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Other than the people who tell it are very passionate. That's I
That's our
don't know.
town. That's our town.
Yes, that is our town.
They sing it to sea shanty tunes too. It's like,
I
We hope to have
I
some
like
sea
the
shanty
idea.
tunes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
I like the idea of having a new logo, having a unique
Yeah.
logo. And when we look at our budget, maybe there's a stipend or something we can
Mhm.
offer
Yeah.
and put it out to our students and see, if the students in the community can come up with something.
Right, good idea.
I was just gonna say, my son has been on his Northeastern Co-op doing logo design for a design house out of Brooklyn. So
There you go.
Nice.
all right.
Yeah, I like that
Alright.
way better than the idea of me fumbling around with it. That's great.
I like
I
it
love
way better
your
than
dog
I was
logo,
gonna.
though, for the
I was gonna
bookstore.
just beg my husband because he's like Mr. Charba. Like they did all these cool art pieces. I was like, oh, he could do one, but I don't want to put that on him. So I like,
Mm.
somebody who's actually studying making logos would be great.
Yeah.
Lucas,
And
you can be one of the judges. So,
So
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Excellent. Well, thank you, everybody. I've been rushing us through this because I was on a Zoom hearing from 10 o'clock this morning until 10 past 5 today
Hey.
Nick,
wow.
with a 20-minute break, and I am a little tired of Zoom.
I do not blame you. How do you do that? Is your head just
My
blank?
back is aching, actually, and I have a little wine party I can go to, so I'm going to do
Good.
it.
There you go.
So,
don't fall
so
asleep.
thank you. I'll send you an email, not business related, tomorrow morning. Okay.
Okay.
And
Or suspense.
yep. Watch your inbox.
is it about
So-
Harbortown?
No, it will not say Harbortown in the subject line. It'll say
Are you selling
mystery email
Tupperware?
from Liz. It'll say mystery email from Liz in the subject line. So make sure you open it.
Okay.
Okay. And we'll meet in August, either in person. If it's possible to meet in person, you want to do that back at City Hall?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so Jill, that's our answer. Did she leave?
And
I'm still here. Well, I'm going to give
Okay.
you the heads up.
Yep.
Another fun fact that's happened during COVID. I'm assuming you used to meet in the third floor conference room
Yeah.
with the best view in the city.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That is now an office.
That what?
They made that an office.
Wow. That's a
So
nice office.
one of the things that we are pushing on them is that when we go to in-person meetings, they've now limited the space so we can actually meet. And then there are the formal boards that have to meet on the big days. And on the weeks they're not meeting, then the small conference room is used. So that all is to say, there are the two location spaces that we might start to consider are, one, I'm really happy to have led the project to rebuild the Harbor Master building, and in that is a community space right on the harbor, on Harbor Loop.
Nice.
And that's available for use. So I'm encouraging people to go there. The very boring conference room in the CADA building where I'm located is another option. Doesn't have the same view. So anyway, that will be a challenge. But I will let them know that, and this is why I'm pushing really hard. There are 19 boards and commissions related to ComDev, and everyone is in a very different place
Mhm.
as far as meetings. So so thank you for sharing that. I'll let them know that A, you'd like to meet in person, and B, you are one of, and I will say there are a lot associated with our team that met in that conference room. So,
Yeah. Well, let me make an executive decision and say, can we get first dibs on the harbor master one?
yes, you can, because I built it.
Great.
Very cultural.
Yeah.
It
And-
is.
And what does the council think about also having our meetings be hybrid so that there's a laptop there and
Yeah.
Zoom? And so if we have a member who can't attend,
Great.
Yeah.
So that's, I don't know if Katie's still on the call, but that's a challenge that Ryan has been given, our IT director, and I know he is working hard to outfit Kairou's auditorium to be able to really do that. And I have down at the Harbor Master Building, it's brand new, so the technology is there. So I'm sure if it's possible, because obviously we have to be open to the public, so public can come in.
Right.
So I will let them know that to put that conference room as a priority for the hybrid model as well, because it's going to get used a lot more than it used to.
great,
Yeah.
thanks, Jill.
Get some work for
Absolutely.
Ryan.
More work for Ryan.
He's a magician. What can you do? You know.
Okay. Okay, anything else?
I'm good.
Good.
Motion to adjourn?
Yes, motion to adjourn.
Shayla?
Yep.
Second, Lucas? All in favor?
Bye.
Aye. All right, it's unanimous. Thank you, everybody.
Have a great July,
Thank
everyone.
heavens the
Yeah.
humidity broke, you know?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was kind of nasty.
Unless you went to Half Moon Beach, which was not nasty.
Oh, yeah, I
You
didn't.
can sneak out. I know, I feel bad for you all day. No.
Okay, I'm going
See you guys
to,
later.
I'm
Bye.
going to leave,
Bye.
the webinar. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, you guys.